Hey guys, it's Ada back again. I've got one more set for you right now, and that is the sad set. I just wanted to show you kind of what's going to go on with this thing, and then I'll let it play out at the end like I do with all the others. So first things first, you're going to want to set a default animation. So how you do that is you're going to select the eyes from whatever set you like, start animation, and then set default. And that'll make sure that anytime you come to a resting face, it'll come back to this one, as opposed to a lot of other times it'll go back to sort of the resting face in between animations. So I'm just going to power this guy on so you guys can kind of watch it playing and doing its thing while I'm talking to you. You'll notice I have on my logo bento elf ears, so those are kind of acting and reacting to this set. They're going to follow in line with the emotes of the face, and that's a really cool feature that I love, so I pretty much always wear the elf ears now. And then coming down here, you guys will just notice I've got my 10 cycling animations here. Those are basically the AO. It's a random set that plays constantly, and it just cycles randomly. The next 5 are chat triggers. I use these for things that are maybe too overly animated to go into the regular cycle, or things that might have more of a conversational cue, like an LOL or an OMG and those kinds of things. Once you've got your default set, you can use whatever you want for that, but it'll just make sure that your face doesn't return to something too placid when you're supposed to be sad. So I'm going to go ahead and detach that animation HUD, and I'm going to power this off, actually. Just so you guys know, because I forgot to mention it, the last 10 I leave blank. That's for you to fill in whatever you want for your daily use, or if you want to add something to the rotation, you just put it in here. You're going to start the animation and then click on the top button and it'll turn green. I can do that with the default I just set, so like now it's stuck in there. And then if I want to add it to the cycle, I would click it so it's green. And so that's how that works. And then if I want to clear it, I just do that. So I've got this playing. It's going to run through whatever was queued up. Second Life's always going to finish the animation before it starts a new one. And then I can show you guys some of the chat triggers I stuck in here. So this one's just like a really sad, like, okay, like, I don't really want to do this, but, you know, I get why you're asking me, even though I'm having such a terrible day. Okay, I'll get right on that. Yeah, sure. And then, this one's just sort of like a really sad smile. Just, she's trying to buck up and do her best. This was just sort of for like a bawling face, if you want to cry or scream. And then the next one is just sort of rolling her eyes. She's sad and upset she has to even be putting up with this. And this is just sort of sad and crying and pouting, and nothing's going her way. So those are your options, and if you don't like that one for a default, you can easily set something else for your default emote. It's really simple to just go back in and toss on your animation HUD and say, okay, those eyes were a little too much for me. I'm just going to go with something soft, and I'll try these eyes. And so we're going to set default on that one, and then you've kind of got that for your default face now. And now when you turn on your emotes between all of the sad faces, she's going to go back to that sort of plain placid one. So you might want to, add in a lip to that. And okay, well now she looks a little sadder. So toggle the set default again, and that'll be her face she makes between emotes. And so it's really just about playing around and figuring out what you want for your default. And you can always, plug in your default as number 25 if it's not already listed somewhere in the HUD. And then you can click that and set default as well. So that's kind of a backup option if you want to make sure you save that default emote. So that's it for the sad set. I'm going to let it play through for you guys and then shove off and let you get back to your lives. So I'll get that going for you in just a second. Enjoy!